Good afternoon, folks. It's Robert Chappell, Executive Editor at Madison365 with your daily update for Thursday, November the 4th. Got to let you know, first of all, that the daily update today is brought to you by Forward Theater Company, presenting The Amateurs, by Jordan Harris. This time-traveling comedy features a troupe of 14th century actors performing Bible stories while outrunning the Black Plague. It's much funnier than it sounds. It doesn't sound like a very funny pitch, but it is inventive and hilarious, and The Amateurs considers the purpose of art in dark times, which feels pretty relevant right now. It opens tonight, runs through November 21st. Tickets are available at forwardtheater.com, and there is an online option if you're, there's still a pandemic out there, guys. So if you want to take in this play as a streaming thing at home, you can buy tickets just to do that. So let's talk some COVID numbers first. They're going the wrong way again, you guys. We had a good week there or so, like from about this time last week to today. Things were kind of going down. Actually, longer than that. I shouldn't say that. Longer than that. Going all the way back to like the 10th of October. Our daily average of cases has been going down, and now the last couple of days it's been going back up. It is now 1,996 new cases per day in the past 7 days. That includes 2,801 cases today. The percentage of positive tests it peaked on October 5th at 9.2%. This is of all the tests in the past 7 days. This is the number that have been positive. Right, and we're still doing like 30,000 tests a week in the state of Wisconsin, which is, not that much fewer than we were doing even at the peak last year. So after peaking at 9.2%, it came all the way down to like 7 something last week, and now it is back up to 8.5%. I don't like that. That's not looking good. That number should be below 3. Okay. That's kind of the key number, the key indicator of whether or not we have control over this thing. If that's below 3, we're doing okay. If it's over 3, we're not doing okay. If it's over 8, we're doing really bad, right? It's 8.5 right now. That means we're not doing enough testing and we have too much spread. Now, all that said, a little bit alarmist maybe, because we still have four counties in the critically high category, 65 counties in very high, 3 counties in high in terms of disease activity level. Those were all critically high not too long ago. So, we're not at sky-falling territory right now. And it's good news that our vaccine, we're now at 55.2% fully vaccinated. 58% of Wisconsin has gotten at least one shot. And that's going to go up pretty quickly right now as vaccines are beginning to roll out for kids. I'm a little bit pleasantly surprised that we're seeing kids already getting vaccinated. School districts are arranging for clinics in their own schools, right? Providers are providing clinics. Our provider is letting us get a clinic on a Saturday so the kids can ride out any side effects over the weekend, which is really nice. Now, as of the 3rd of November, which is yesterday, the 7-day average of doses given was only 3,777. That's not nearly enough. That's a tiny little number. But that's going to go up pretty quickly. And I would predict if we're going to get a surge of kids getting vaccinated, and then it'll level off again because there's a lot of parents who will be hesitant or have difficulty getting access, right? We know that there's going to be communities that have difficulty getting access, but that's why it's good that it's in the schools. That's where all the kids are, ideally, right? So all of that is to say that things are going the wrong direction, but vaccines are coming and going to be increasing. So we're hoping that starts to cool it down a little bit. Now, the average of daily deaths reported right now is 12. That was 11 yesterday, so that's up a little bit. not terribly much. The daily average of confirmed deaths never got as bad as I thought it was going to, based on the cases we were seeing in August and September. But we did have 21 new confirmed deaths yesterday, which puts our 7-day average at 12. Also, hospitalizations remain pretty level. We're actually down 1 from yesterday, 927 currently hospitalized, 264 of those in ICU. That's down 4 from yesterday. So those numbers not looking bad at all at this moment. It is just the number of cases that's going up and the positive test rate that's going up. The hospitalizations and the deaths typically would start to go up in a couple of weeks if these other numbers don't slow down, right? So not sky falling yet. A couple of trends that I don't particularly like. However, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that every day as we go. So we're going to take a short pause right now. I got a couple other items to talk to you about, including our Asian list, including big news from the soccer community here in Madison. Do not scroll away. This is stuff you're going to want to hear. We'll be right back right after this word from Madison College.
Apply yourself. At Madison College, we encourage you to be your truest self. You're a trendsetter. Whether it's the clothes you're wearing, the music you're listening to, or the new game you're playing, you're into it first. Friends and family seek your advice because you're a natural-born leader. For you, life is all about taking things to the next level. And at Madison College, we can't wait to see what you do. Apply yourself today.
All right, so today is the fourth, the fourth installment of a 5-part series highlighting the most influential Asian American leaders in the state of Wisconsin. Today we've got a couple of nonprofit folks. Bo Huet in the middle there represents the United Hmong American Association. She's the president of the board. It's an all-volunteer organization that actually was voted in our Community Choice Awards as the nonprofit organization of the year for the state of Wisconsin. We got Rafael Ramos up here in the right-hand corner, who does pro bono. He runs a pro bono law service, eviction defense service. Down here in the lower right-hand corner, the Milwaukee Bucks new vice president of strategy analytics. All sorts of different variety of people, some of whom are doing work in the, specifically within supporting Asian American communities. Some are doing work in, business and private sector and government stuff. So a lot of good people to get to know. Read through that at Madison365.org. Also in the news today, Forward Madison Football Club has parted ways with head coach Carl Craig. A little surprising. He was on a 2-year contract, and they're going to buy him out of that contract because the team just didn't do as well this year as they should have. Ended this season 8-8-12. Yes, that's right. 8 wins, 8 losses, 12 draws, and finished in 9th place in a 12-team league. And so the club is going to immediately begin searching for a new coach, and we'll see what goes on next time. We posted the announcement, and subsequently when it first came out, and I subsequently have spoken to Carl and some other folks, so I will be updating that story on the website if you're interested to hear what Carl has to say about his sudden departure from the club. Some interesting things. Check back for that update a little bit later today. Now, one other thing I'll mention before we go, that is that you can right now join the FAM, which is our membership program, for as little as $5 a month. You just go to Madison365.org/thefam, and you can join. And what happens is right now, if you do that between now and December 31st, the News Match program will double what you give us. So you sign up for $5 a month, they're going to give us $60, no questions asked. You sign up for $10 a month, they give us $120. They're matching your entire yearly commitment for free. That's it. No strings attached, no questions asked. It's a program of the Institute for Nonprofit News. It's meant to incentivize local donations to nonprofit news outlets like us. We are a nonprofit news outlet. We're legit like 501c3, so anything you give us is tax deductible, right? So we always want to keep the news free for you. That's the whole point, because you need to be informed, and we don't think you should only be informed if you can afford it. We think everybody should be fully informed all the time. And we think everybody should have access to things like the Asian American Power List, the Latino Power List, which is coming later this month, or the Black Power List, which is coming mid-December, or the Native American Power List, which was out earlier this year. You should be able to access those things without having to pay for it. But those things cost us money to do, right? We're paying professional journalists, right? We have very little overhead. Like this studio is literally a room in my house. We don't pay for an office. There's not a lot of travel expenses or anything like that. It's just everything we bring in goes right back into the journalism, which is really, really important. We pay professional journalists to bring this information. So if you want to help us support that, if you want to help us keep doing that, help us grow that and do even more of it, go to Madison365.org/thefam right now and get that taken care of. I'll make it even easier on you. I will put the link in the comments. You just a couple of clicks and you're in. You can join right away. All right, that's all I have for you tonight. Appreciate you sticking with me through that pitch. Have a wonderful evening. We'll be back tomorrow with one more for the week. I will have the podcast in the morning, and I'll be back with the update tomorrow afternoon. Until then, have a wonderful evening. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other, and we will see you soon.
This is 365 Media.